Okay, so today we're going to learn the features that are in the features tab. Like I said, this is a beginner's tutorial guide, so I will tell you the basics that you need to know. So the basics you need to know are the extruded board space, the revolve board space, extruded cuts, um, fillet, line patterns. They can also learn mirror, shell, yeah. The rest, you don't really need them for now. Depending on what you're doing, try to go for something more complex. But for the basics, these are the ones I'm going to explain to you. Okay, so let's go with a rectangle. Let's just draw a rectangle. Okay, so now let's go to features. Extruded boss plate. What it does is that it gives you the height. So you just set the height you want. You can try to go in two directions as well. Just means that it will show at both sides exactly. So let's click yes. So this is what you now have a keyword. So it just gives the height. That's all that extruded boss plate does. Then same thing you can do a revolve boss piece. Now you can, if you want to use the create a cone, use revolve boss base and a triangle. Let me show you how the revolve boss base happens. So basically revolve boss base only needs an axis from you, and that's all. Go to revolve boss base, you can pick an axis. You can pick here, you can pick here, you can pick here, you can pick here. It just depends on the what you want to achieve. As you can see, it needs an axis. Let's see if I put here now, what will happen? No, it cannot work. Why? Because these lines, these sides are affecting it. Do you get? So you need to pick a side that will now basically cut across. Basically what it does is that it continues repeating this shape round. So you cannot reduce the degree from 360. It's automatically in 360 to maybe 250 or 247. This is what we have. We can, let's put yes. So this is what we have. Fit to screen, press F. So this is now what we end up having. Like a cheese. For those cheese advertisements. So the next thing that we're going to look at is extrude cuts. Now what does extrude cut do? If this is your solid object that you have drawn, maybe using revolved or using extruded, you can now use extrude cut to cut through it. Let's say you want to do a small square. Let me just use this slot 2. Let's pick a surface. I just like draw it randomly. Just draw from here to here. I'm just drawing randomly basically and expanding. Because right now I'm just trying to show you how to use it too, so I'm not using any dimensions. So in the future now, we'll just go to extruded cut. What it does is that, like I said, it cuts through the object. So if you look at it now, the preview is showing you that it's going through it. So you can actually just put it at a particular distance. You can just cut through the full thing. You can even have to go extra beyond what is already there. You can just do that. It goes like this. That's how you see cut. It will not pass it. It will just cut through the object that way. But let's just see you want to cut through. Let's cut through the whole thing. This is now what we have. You can try to just cut through small. Let's go back. Okay, now let's just cut through small. Extruded cut. Like I said, it cuts through solid, so you cannot just use this when there's no solid for it to cut through. We won't agree. So let's put 10. So this is what we have. This is what we have. That's how you use extruded cuts. So the next one also to see is fillet. Okay, now for fillet, it will be much easier if you use a keyboard. So let's just do that. Let's just go back. Where we had our rectangle. I went back too much. Too much. Way too much. So let me remove this. Sorry about that. Let me remove this. Okay. Remove this. Right click. Delete. So let's do a rectangle again. And you go to your features. Let's do extruded post piece. So this is what we have. If we go to features, extruded post piece 10, okay, enter. This is what we have. So you can decide to do a fillet. Fillet gives you curved edges. So if you do fillet now, you can basically just pick the edge you want to work with, like this. Okay. So depending on the distance you give on both sides now is 10-10. Because let's make it asymmetrical. This is symmetrical. Because let's make it asymmetrical. Meaning that one side is, let's say 10, let me make it 20. You see the difference. So I think the distance from one edge to the other is now 20. The distance from the other edge to the other is now 10. So just depends on what you want to do. So let's leave that. That is what we have. Okay. So you want to do a chamfer. Chamfer is basically a slanted side. Basically, it's a straight line. It's not like curved. It's slanted. So let's go to press the down arrow. If you watch my previous video for the sketch options, all these tools now that I'm calling now are very easy because they're also in your sketch. So same application, click the side you want to chamfer. So if you look here, simply for fillet, there are different types of chamfers and fillets. So it depends on the type you are working with. So it just depends on the type you are working with. So this is what we have. This one now is the type that has both degree and angle. So you just have to set the degree and the angle. This one, if you have two different lengths, you can either be symmetric or asymmetric, like how we did it for fillets. Because I made this one 20 now. When it's in 45 degrees, it makes both equal. So it's basically the same thing as putting it at symmetric and just putting the side you want to work with. So let's just put in. So this is it. So I'm going to stop here because I already explained some other tools from your sketch. So the same applications that you still use. In the next video I'll explain the use of different icons that are on your work page or your worksheet. Okay, have a nice day.